Hello. Hi, can you hear me? Wow, there's a whole conversation already happening in the uh, chat box. Hello, Eddie Karen, how are you? Good to see you on Friday evening for me. It's 7 p.m. and I am very happy to be here. I was looking forward to my live stream with, uh, I think it's mostly Asia subscribers on Friday live stream, and I don't get to see you on Sunday, so I was looking forward to today. Hey, Steph, how are you? Everyone, we have a teacher here. She is from Australia and her name is Stephanie, or her nickname is Steph. Good to see you. I've been thinking about you. I meant to send you a WhatsApp. I forgot. Who else is in here? Toha. Hi, Toha. How are you? I like how you always say howdy. Howdy is a term that you don't really hear in Los Angeles, but you may hear it in the South or the southern states of America. Usually it's cowboys that would say howdy, or they would say howdy, partner. Partner is another word for friend when two cowboys are talking to each other. So Toha says, it has been has it really been a week so fast? Yes, it has been a week already since my last Friday's live stream. Time flies. Who knows this idiom? Time flies. Give me a heart if you know the term or the phrase time flies. I'll give you a visual for time flies. Sometimes you will hear people say, time flies when you're having fun. Or you can simply say, time flies. So I'm typing time flies idiom. One moment, please. Okay, here we go. So this is an excellent photo. Time flies. So it basically means that you are so occupied with what you are doing throughout the day, throughout the hour, what happened? Throughout the week. So time flies. Reno Yamashita. Hello. I have never seen you here before, so welcome to my live stream. Jesus, saludos desde Altamira, Tamaulipas, México. Hola, ¿cómo estás? Yo estoy bien hoy. Muchas gracias por viniendo my live stream. My Spanish needs some practicing. Hi, Nadir. How are you? Nadir, what happened to your message? You sent a message, but then it disappeared. It's gone. What happened? Aussie English with Steph. So pleased you are doing a live at this time. Perfect time for me on my Saturday afternoon in Australia. Yes. My hope with doing a live stream in the evening for me is I can catch some of you who are just now waking up and it is the daytime for you. Um, Jazz. I am Jazz from China. I like your cat. Hi, Jazz. Nice to meet you. Welcome to my live stream. My cat, oh, I have to tell you a story. First, I'm drinking some tea. So this week, 2 days ago, my cat had an asthma attack. Do you know what an asthma attack is? Maybe I can find a visual. So an asthma attack, okay, this is an excellent photo. An asthma attack is when you have a hard time breathing. My cat has asthma, and sometimes he has a hard time breathing. So the other day, I saw him having shallow breaths. Let me write the word shallow. Shallow is the opposite of deep. So he could not take deep breath. He was having shallow breath. So it worried me so much that I took him to the ER, which is the emergency room. And luckily, the animal hospital is only 5 minutes away from my home. So I rushed him there. What is happening here? This is from last week's lesson, excuse me. So he had shallow breathing. Uh-oh. Sometimes my letters disappear on this app. I need to figure that out. He was having shallow breathing. So when we arrived at the hospital, he immediately was taken by the medical assistant and a doctor, and I will show you a photo. They put an IV in his arm, an IV. IV stands for intravenous. This is a medical term, which means that it went inside his veins. So these are my veins. So the IV went inside his vein, intravenous. That's what it's called. So here's a photo of my cat. He was breathing oxygen and he had an IV in his arm. Oh, when I arrived to the hospital, I was crying so much because I was worried about him. The IV is taped around his arm. After the IV, they put him in an oxygen chamber. So inside of here is 100% pure oxygen. So it was helping him to breathe better. They gave him A steroid. A steroid is a prescription medication to help his lungs to be able to breathe better. And this is him in the oxygen chamber, a little bit confused. Oh. And this is the doctor checking his oxygen levels. His little paw. But he did not have to stay overnight. He came home after a few hours, and look at him. We were cuddling, and he was feeling much better. Isn't he so cute? uh, so, anyway, I had a really traumatic day the other day. Traumatic. Who knows the word traumatic? Or have you heard of the word trauma? And Steph, I saw your message here. You're asking what this app is called. I'm on an iPad, and this app is called, I actually don't, Freeform. Freeform. Let me start a new one here. So I said the word, trauma. Whoa, these letters are too big. They're too fat. I will try this again. Trauma. Trauma. Trauma, the definition of this means trauma. How do you explain trauma? Trauma is something that is dangerous, serious. It is okay, hold on. Now my brain isn't thinking anymore. Oh, okay. So a lot of you haven't joined my live stream before, and I like to show you how I use AI or ChatGPT for me when I'm having a hard time thinking while I'm on camera. I will go to ChatGPT and I will use the voice memo, and now I will ask a question. Provide a very simple definition for the word trauma and compare it to the word traumatic. This is for my English learners on my YouTube. Also provide example sentences. So I'm submitting this to ChatGPT. And the reason why I am showing you this is I want you to utilize chat or any AI if your country allows it, because sometimes you don't need to think too hard. You should use all the resources that you have. Okay, trauma is a noun. It means it's a very bad experience that causes deep emotional or physical pain. Traumatic is an adjective used to describe something that causes trauma or feels very upsetting. For example, the car accident caused him trauma. The car accident was traumatic. So I hope that this is a new word for you. It's not a pleasant word, but it's a helpful word, especially if maybe you are having an emergency and you want to explain your experience and how you're feeling. So I brought this up because I said that when I took my cat to the animal hospital, it was traumatic. So, who knew the word trauma here or traumatic? Let me know in the comments. I'm going to read the comments. I missed a lot. Hi, Nadir. Oh my gosh, is it 3 a.m. where you are? It's so early. Go back to sleep. You can watch the replay of this later. Jazz says it's 10:05 a.m. Okay, so it's not too early for you. Let's see. Poor cat did not know a cat could have asthma. Yes, technically it is called feline asthma. My poor baby. I have a member here, Gabrielle, from Los Angeles. Isn't it weird how Americans say Los Angeles instead of how it's actually supposed to sound, which is Los Angeles? It's weird. I always thought that was weird. There's an area in LA called Los Feliz, but it is actually a Spanish word. So sometimes I accidentally pronounce it Los Feliz. I'll write it for you just in case you've never heard of it. Los Feliz is what people say, but in Spanish it's Los Feliz, which I believe means happy, I think, right? Nadir, it's raining and it's cold outside, and I'm just watching your live. All my family are sleeping, and I'm the only one on my computer. It feels amazing. I appreciate all of your support, and I hope to see you in the next live stream on Sunday, your usual time. Engineer Abbas, good to see you. I haven't seen you in a long time. I don't think you're doing a live stream right now. It's 5 a.m. and the sun is rising. I am so surprised by the number of dedicated and loyal subscribers that wake up in the middle of their sleep to come support me. It is an honor to have you here. Than Nan Pham. Hi, Bo. Hello. I think I've seen your name before. Thank you so much for coming. The Ultimate Vlogs, good morning. Good to see you. Yes, thank you everyone for your well wishes for my cat, who is now feeling better. While I continue to read these comments, who has a specific topic that you would like for me to discuss today? Let me know here. Good morning. And then Errol, trauma, sometimes just dramas. Oh, that is a nice rhyme that you have. Trauma and drama, they rhyme. Toha, I already knew this word. Very good. Diego, hello. Hi, Diego. Good to see you. Wow, thank you so much, Gabrielle, for my tip. I will buy a tea with your tip. um, Aussie English is Steph. I like to watch you at 2 a.m. if I'm awake then, but it's been a while since I was awake then. Please sleep at 2 a.m. It's not good or healthy for your body if you go to bed past 10 p.m. That is what my acupuncturist told me. Who knows what acupuncture is? One moment, I will show you a photo. Acupuncture. This is acupuncture. So tiny little needles in your body. My acupuncturist, which is the person who provides the acupuncture service, told me that when you go to bed past 10 p.m., it prevents or stops your body from being able to produce melatonin. Melatonin is a natural hormone, I believe, that helps with your sleep. So, everyone, please go to bed by 10 p.m. Oh, I forgot to mention, I am wearing a zebra print sweater on purpose because today is Halloween. And I do not own anything that looks like a Halloween costume. I have never been so festive when it comes to Halloween. Who dresses up for Halloween here? And what are you dressing up as? Because I believe Halloween is an international holiday. Am I right? Let me know here in the comments. When I was really young, I lived in a neighborhood where there were many, many kids and many houses. And so the kids would dress up in their costume and they go door to door. They knock on the door or they ring the doorbell and they bring their bag and say, trick or treat, trick or treat, trick or treat, and they get candy. And what is very strange to me living in Los Angeles is in my neighborhood, it's a lot of working people around my age who do not have children, and nobody is trick or treating in this area. So you have to drive to a nice area with big houses and wear your costume and go trick or treat. And so I work in a wealthy or a rich area, and the clients who come to the clinic that I work at told me that if they live in the neighborhood that requires Halloween decorations on their house, They have to supply a lot of candy for this special day. And one client told me that she spent almost 2,000 US dollars on candy for today. Isn't that crazy? It's a lot of money, but I think when they bought the house in that neighborhood, they knew what they were signing up for, which means they knew that when they were moving into the neighborhood and buying a house, that they already had expectations that the all everyone has to supply $2,000 worth of candy. It's crazy. So anyway, who is dressing up for Halloween? Diego says, "My ugly face." Diego, that's not nice. um, Someone with a Korean name, I Ichanayo is laughing along with you with your joke. I actually wanted to dress up as a singer named Sade. Who knows Sade? Anyone? Anyone? She is famous. If you hear her songs, you absolutely would know her. This is Sade. So I thought it would be very simple if I dressed up as her because she has a signature look. She wears her hair in a ponytail with hoop earrings. Oops. This is Sade. She is amazing. But I forgot that I was supposed to do that. Okay, I'm going to read the comments. Hello from North Carolina in Charlotte. Thank you for explanation every word. You're very welcome. It is nice to have you, a fellow American, and thank you for joining my live stream. Can you please tell me how to pronounce your name? Because the username is in a different language. Nadir, we're here because we're serious about learning and you're the best teacher. Thank you so much. I have to be honest with you. Sometimes I get self-conscious when I see other English teachers on YouTube have millions of subscribers. And this is a characteristic that I am not proud of, even though it is just a natural human characteristic to have. So I am really grateful that you are here to support me. Engineer Abbas. Actually, nowadays I have a hectic situation, so that's why I can't join your live stream. But don't worry, I see all the videos that you post. You're my brilliant teacher. Thank you so much. I hope that you have some time to rest, even though you are dealing with hectic situations. Aussie Steph. I go to sleep sometimes after 9 p.m. or 10 p.m., but then sometimes I accidentally wake up at a silly hour, like 2, 3, 4 a.m. Oi, that is way too early in the morning. I'm not really into Halloween. Yeah, it's not my favorite holiday. Um, yeah, I never was really into it. Times are changing, people are changing, and Halloween just isn't as big a deal in the neighborhood anymore. Only one kid showed up at our door tonight. Oh my gosh, I'm so surprised because I would think that living in Charlotte, North Carolina, you would live in a residential neighborhood where a lot of kids would show up. The kids do not trick or treat where I live because there are no houses. It is all condos and apartments, so the kids do not have access to people's front door. That is true. That's very true. With that said, when I was younger, the neighborhood where I lived had houses and townhouses, which are, I will show you a photo. Sometimes you will hear this called row homes. I grew up saying townhouses. So these are the type of houses that I grew up in, row homes or townhouses. So I would go door to door on Halloween. Um, but there were apartment complexes where I lived a long time ago, and I would go into the apartment complexes and knock on the door because they did not have a security gate. It was a very safe neighborhood, but where I live, there are a lot of condos and apartments as well, and they require an access code. So, a code to get into the apartment. Aussie English with Steph. Bo, I just started doing live streams. Were you nervous when you first started? I was nervous, but I really enjoy it. It's good fun. This is an excellent question. I am generally a nervous person when I speak in public, but there's something about speaking to a camera I've learned to adapt to. I've learned um, to not care as much, and I have a wonderful time doing these live streams. When I first started, of course, I was nervous because I didn't know what I would talk about. And then I realized I have this weird skill where I sometimes can't stop talking. So it always ends up being fine when I come on here, even if I don't have a lot of comments. I just talk and talk and talk and find something to talk about. But yes, of course, when I first started, I was nervous because that is what happens when you try something new and you don't have a script. Andrés, hola desde Colombia. Hi, welcome, bienvenidos a Bo's Slow English. El canal, the channel of Bo's Slow English. Daniel, hello, how can I improve my speaking? Nice question, Daniel. I get this question often. My recommendation is to speak. You don't have to have a native English person to actually speak to, but if you watch my videos and you listen to one sentence and pause the video, then try to shadow and copy the way that I said that sentence, from the tone, from the intonation. And if you do this every day, it will improve. I also have private tutoring now. I offer one-on-one speaking tutoring. So if anyone is interested in that, I will put a link in the description of this video after the call. And on my video that I posted today, where I was cooking Indian food, I have a link in there. So if you're interested in speaking with me, you can click on that link. Colombia, nuestros vecinos. I think that means our neighbors. Tengo razón? Am I right? Vecinos is neighbors. Steph, wow, you're at 83,000 followers. That's a lot. Thank you, Steph. My goal is to get to 100,000 subscribers by the end of this year. It's good to hear your perspective about live streaming. I really enjoy chatting to everyone. Steph, when is your live stream? I would love to attend. Jay Juan, how long have you studied English? So I love your question. And actually, so I started learning English in first grade and kindergarten. So how old was I? I was probably 5 years old. Before then, I was speaking Korean with a little bit of English because I moved to America when I was only 1, and I lived in a neighborhood where everyone spoke English. So I was speaking Korean at home, but speaking English outside of my house. And then once I entered ESL in kindergarten and first grade, I quickly learned the language, and then I graduated English, the ESL class, at the end of first grade, I believe. So I think anyone can learn English, just like how I'm learning French, or just like how, I have a friend who's learning Italian as an adult. But it really depends on how much dedication and time you are putting into this. Go Dodgers! Who is watching baseball? Anyone? Anyone? I don't watch baseball. I will watch it, but baseball is not my favorite sport. However, I will say that during the World Series, baseball has become exciting because I feel like they're always hitting the ball. And every time I go to a baseball game, it's really boring. The baseball players, they rarely hit the ball, and it's such a long game. But yes, go Dodgers. I'm saying that because I live in Los Angeles now. Otherwise, I would say go Orioles, which is the name of my hometown team in Baltimore, Maryland. Diego, in Halloween, like Charlie Brown, I only get a rock. I love Charlie Brown. I used to watch that show a lot growing up. Jeffrey, hello, teacher. Good morning from Indonesia. Good to see you. Libera tu mente. Hi. I have never seen you here before. Welcome to my live stream. Um, so anyone who is interested in hearing Australian English, my friend here, teacher Steph, has live streams. She is based out of Sydney, Australia. It is 5 p.m. on Sundays, Sydney time. Let's see. So you will start your live stream in 7 weeks from now. Okay, well, let me know closer to that time when you will have your live stream so I can get the word out. When you say I will get the word out, it means that you are helping to advertise something by speaking about it. Oh, wow. Okay, Jae wrote in Korean characters, and I will attempt to read it. It's so small. 혹시 향후에 한국에서 살 계획이 있으신가요? There's a few words in here that I do not know. So sometimes when people comment with their own native language, I will take a photo and send it to ChatGPT. So I'm going to do that right now. And let's see what chat says. So I'm pasting this and I'm speaking to it. Translate the Korean characters. And now it is transcribing. And it says, do you have any plans to live in Korea in the future? Oh, is that what that says? 혹시 향후에 한국에서 살 계획이 있으신가요? It's really hard. Korean is really hard. Sorry. Can you hear me now? Okay. Everyone's telling me I'm muted. Oh, now everyone is commenting. So I was saying that ChatGPT translated the um, the Korean character that my subscriber just commented here, and it says, "Do you have any plans to move to Korea?" And I do not. I think it would be difficult for me to adjust to that culture since it would be a culture shock. My Korean needs to improve, and I also would need to find a job there. And who knows? Never say never. Maybe I will move to Korea, but we have to convince my husband and my cat and dog. But you know what? My dog is actually from Korea. I rescued Nari from Korea. Nari. Nari. She's very relaxed right now. Thank you for your question. Gabriel da Sena. Hello, Brazil here. Learn many with you. Tudo bem? Muito obrigada. So how about your parents? I guess they've been living here for a while. How's their English? That's an excellent question. My parents' English is actually decent, which means it's good enough where they can go to the grocery store. Um, I can speak in basic English to them and they would understand. A few weeks ago, when my husband and I visited my parents on the East Coast, my dad asked my husband a lot of questions. And I was actually shocked that all of his questions made complete sense grammatically. But what's interesting is when my dad texts me, his grammar is not so good. So, something about him speaking, he's much more proper in his English compared to his writing. I don't know why. And my mom, uh, she speaks more in broken English, which means that it's not the best grammar, but it's understandable. Lately, when my mom texts me, I notice that her grammar is excellent. So I meant to ask her if she's translating using ChatGPT, or I know she's watching my videos. Maybe her English is improving from my videos. I don't know. But their English is broken, but it's understandable. And I know that when they moved here, it's hard to move to a new country when you're adults. My mom moved to America when she was 31 years old, and I am 37. So I can't imagine if I moved to, like, I don't know, Chile or some random country and I couldn't speak the language. Um, and my dad is 10 years older than my mom. So he was 41 when he moved here. So I was a 1 year old, and my brother was 9 years old, I think. So my brother's English is perfect. His Korean is actually excellent, much, much, much better compared to mine. But thank you for your question. Aussie English with Steph, I'm doing the live stream tomorrow, but in 7 weeks, I will add another time. Okay, well, I will have to calculate and convert the time, and I hope to join your live stream. Nadir, pomegranate, grenade in French, grenade? Grenade, is that how you pronounce pomegranate? The reason why our friend Nadir is bringing up the word pomegranate is because in my video that I posted today, I asked everyone to comment with how they say pomegranate in their native language. And I was so surprised by how many comments I received. So pomegranate in French is grenade, right? um, like me, I have problem with writing. Yeah, and I have a problem with writing in French. French is très difficile, really difficult, especially because when you write in French, you don't pronounce half of the letters in each word, but you still have to write it. So it can be confusing. Ning Ning. Hi, I don't know speak very well English, but I'm very grateful because when I start watch and listen your videos, my English grow a lot. I'm very, very grateful. I love your videos a lot. Oh, thank you so much. Nice to meet you. I have not met you before. Um, and yeah, it's really nice to see new names on here. That was my goal. What should I cook on Sunday? Actually, I was going to cook Pakistani food because I got a lot of requests for that. So this Sunday, I will cook Pakistani food. And then the following week, I will cook Moroccan food. And then I don't know what will happen after that. But tomorrow is November, and that means we are close to Thanksgiving, which is an American holiday. Thanksgiving is always on the last Thursday of November, and during that time, we eat a lot of food. I am going to celebrate Thanksgiving early in a few weeks from now, so I will film it um, at my friend's house. And don't forget, in about a week from now, my husband is going to Tokyo. And Tokyo is a place I've never been to, but he has gone about 15 times. So he knows all the spots to hit. Spots means restaurants, coffee shops, shopping. To hit means to go to. So this is a slang. He knows all the spots to hit. And he will take my camera and he will take over on my channel. Hey, Catherine, how are you? Um, you can make some borscht. Is that how you say that? Borscht? Let me just look that up. I think that's like a soup. Is that like a cabbage soup? I know I've heard of that before. Borscht. I think this is a Russian soup. Yes, I'm right, right? One moment while I do some research here. Oh, Ukrainian. I'm so sorry, Ukrainian. Borscht is a sour soup of Ukrainian origin that has become a staple across Eastern and Central Europe and Northern Asia. I've never had this before. It's beautiful. It looks flavorful and it looks healthy also. I will save this on my iPad so I can look at a recipe. Steph, I ate Turkish food at a restaurant last night. It was delicious. Also, it included pomegranate seeds. I love Turkish food and I love pomegranate. I'm going to Japan. I'll ask for recommendations for when I go. Yes, Steph, you can WhatsApp me and I'll give you, or my husband will give you some recommendations. I'm about the same age now as your parents when they as your parents were when they moved to the US. So I guess my English will be like theirs in 20 or 30 years. In other words, I'm screwed. I mean, your English sounds perfect. I don't know if you're using a translator, um, but try not to have that mindset where you already feel like you've failed because every day you will accomplish little by little, and all those little accomplishments equal big goals that are met. Um, Nadir, wow, it's so nice. They live at night. The live at night is calm and I can focus more. Toha, yes, it's like soup, Ukrainian. Very, very yummy. My cat sometimes has asthma attack. However, normally it was caused by his overweight. Oh, for the subscribers here who are just joining, I was saying that my cat had an asthma attack. He couldn't breathe, so I had to take him to the animal hospital a few days ago. It was very sad. Um, Catherine, you have to make sure you cook the borscht with meat, though. No problem. I like to eat meat because it keeps me full for longer. Eric Silva. Hi, my name is Eric from Brazil. Tudo bem? How are you? Muito obrigada. Thanks for coming. Okay. I have made it to the end of the comments. Priya. Morning, ma'am, for India. Do you remember me? I'm your student, Priya Patel. Yes, I do remember you, and it's good to see you. I haven't seen you in a while. Does anyone have any questions or anything that you would like for me to speak about before I end the live stream? Anyone? Anyone? I'm going to sip my tea. No? Okay. Well, it was a pleasure hanging out with you all. And I will be back. Let me just check my schedule for next Friday. Let's see. Can't believe next Friday is the 7th. Yes, I have it in my calendar that I will be back same day, same time next week. And for my regular live stream subscribers who usually come on Sundays, Sunday for me, I will be here in a few days, so I will see you on November 2nd. Thank you again. Bye. See you soon. Bye.